Okay, it's Saturday evening. Doing this at 7 o'clock. Just got in the door. There was some sprinkles, some snow flurries, stuff today going on, but nothing major in eastern PA. But I wanted to show you the temperature difference. This is midnight. Look up here and up here just off the lakes here. We got teens and single digits just over the border here, and you go all the way down here towards Philly, and you got 35. So that frontal system, as you can see, it's going to work its way across. This is 4 o'clock in the morning. Look at this below zero area up here. It's expanding, and that's what's yet to come. And again, to the east and southeast, temperatures are right around freezing, just above, and that's about 4 in the morning. Now we move this to 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, and you can see the temperatures have dropped a little bit. The cold air is beginning to get in. Delaware, Jersey, and down by Philadelphia, you're just above freezing. Want to show you at this point in time the precipitation at 8 a.m. has not gotten to us yet. Now we just moved this out a little bit. Here's about 11 o'clock, and this is when it starts to hit out in western PA. And your temperatures at the surface at that point in time are cold out there, so it's going to be snow. And you can see out here, it's now 32 degrees in Philadelphia, so the colder air is seeping in slowly. Now we just moved this out until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It warmed up a little bit in here, okay? And the rest is 20s and below. And at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the temperature, or not the temperature, but the moisture is just getting into Philly. And it's going to be cold enough in the upper atmosphere that it's snow. Um, what I use is that frontal boundary of -8. And let's see if we can find that on here. If I can get to that. Um, Here's you got to follow the -8. See now it's out here to the west. It's cutting through like just by Harrisburg, basically up 81, heading up towards Mount to the Poconos. And the precipitation at that point in time, where that line is at, we got to watch this go back and forth. Now, this is 2 in the afternoon. There's your precipitation at that point in time. And so you can see you don't have heavy precipitation going on at 2 in the afternoon. Now we just moved this out, oh, too far. We moved this out to around 5 o'clock. Now you got the heavy precipitation in eastern PA down by Philly, North Delaware there. So where's that -8 line? Let's see if we can find it here. Um, that frontal boundary is right there. So this is where you would tend to see the heaviest snow falling. Not back here, not really up towards Towanda, but it would be in the lower Poconos, North Jersey, Allentown, Reading, down here towards Lancaster, Harrisburg, and this line will move towards Philly. There's the line right there. Now, this is 8 o'clock at night. That's where the heaviest precipitation would fall. Literally, Lancaster, Reading, and then just north of Allentown and up towards Stroudsburg. So, what do we still have falling out of the sky at this time? It's kind of moving off. So, the heaviest stuff is over with back here, even though those conditions are there. You got to have moisture if you got that frontal boundary. If you have no moisture there, that frontal boundary means nothing at that time. So there's what's going on. So let's move this back a little bit and we'll see. Here comes your moisture through 2 in the afternoon. Here's about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And this is around 8 o'clock in the evening, and Jersey is a very extreme eastern PA, or eastern, yeah, eastern PA, and then it's out of here. So it's not a big storm. Not going to last very long. How much do I think? Okay, that's what I think. Right there, Philadelphia, 4 to 6 inches. Up towards Reading and Allentown, could get between, say, I'd say between 5 and 7, 5 and 8. And again, here's your heavier snows out here in the mountains, which is the higher elevations out here. But as you can see in between, like the Wyoming Valley, you're talking about 2 to 4, maybe as high as 5 if they get some precipitation. If the precipitation hangs around and comes in a little later, you get more snow. That's the deal. So remember, here's your heaviest precipitation right there, right? And here's my little measuring stick. Let's see, let's back it up. There's your measuring stick when the snow's coming through. Okay? Almost the same place. that you just had the heavy snow. So this is around 8 o'clock in the evening, and we just take this out a little bit. This takes you to 11 o'clock, and again, I'm going by my little way of seeing it. Here's your -8 line moving this way, and when all that snow's coming down, here it is over here. So that's kind of my guideline. I would think north of Scranton, a lot less than you're been told you're going to get. I've been hearing some 6 to 12 inch numbers up there, but that's kind of what you got right there. So there's what you have. The higher elevations of the Laurel Highlands get between 4 and 8 inches, maybe some sweet spots up there get more, 10 inches or so. Out by Pittsburgh, you're in that 1 to 2 inch area out there. Out towards State College, you're talking about anywhere from um, I'd say 3 to 4 inches out in that area there. Um, Harrisburg, you're probably looking at 4 or 5 inches. York, maybe 5, 6 inches. Reading, at least around there, it would be about 6 inches. Allentown 6. Stroudsburg probably between 4 and 6 inches. The higher elevations of Pike County and down coming down here towards Mount Pocono, you can probably get between 6 and 8 inches in there. And don't there could be a sweet spot where somebody gets a lot more, like maybe 10 inches or so. But it depends on where the banding and it begins. It depends on the timing. As you go back here towards Wilkes-Barre, 2 to 4 inches. The mountains, the mountaintop, and out that way, you're probably looking at 4 to 5 inches. And down here, if you go down towards Philadelphia, down here, this is the area of concern. If you're going to the football game, the city itself, 4 inches, between 3 and 5 inches, I would say. Down here towards Wilmington, the same 3 to 5 inches. You can see the heavier snows up here towards Berks County, going there. If you're up in Trenton, 3 to 5 inches up that way. If you're down in Jersey, down at the shore, not much at all, but then it kind of gradually, as you go inland, works its way from an inch to central here, South Jersey towards Vineland, maybe 2 to 3 inches. And the closer you get to Philadelphia, the numbers go up. If you're going to New York City, I know they were talking about 6 inches there. I'm looking at 3 to 4 inches there. And then heading out to Long Island, maybe 2 to 3 inches. North Jersey, you're probably falling in that 4 to 6 inch range in northwest New Jersey. So that's kind of the thing to keep an eye on. Here's Berks County right in here. You're looking at 4, 6 inches, maybe a sweet spot with 8 inches to the south of the city. Here, up here in the Poconos, whereas I would think that right in here looks like where Stroudsburg should be. You're in that 5, 6 inch line in there, maybe a little more. Here's Luzerne County up here. You can see the river through here. You're talking 3, 4 inches there. As you get into the higher elevations east of the valleys is where you can get into 4 or 5 inch range. And again, all this can change a little bit if that frontal area and the precipitation doesn't come in the way I expect it. And I've been watching and looking at some of these other people forecasting. Again, I found sites that are saying 10% of this, 20% of that. That's baloney. Okay. I have other people showing 4 different models, 4 different amounts. Okay. You need to make a decision and you need to stick to your decision. This is the Canadian. It's been on top of this. But if you notice, this was all red. Now it's kind of winding down. So it's getting close to reality there. That's the Canadian model. The Euro model isn't so happy about the storm. You can see it's got a lot less. It doesn't show you that frontal boundary here where it would come down heavier. So I think it's missing out on that. So I'm going with this. This matches exactly what I think is going to happen. And again, this is the GFS model. And everybody, if you notice, if you're going to that football game, you may get in there without a problem, but getting out of there, I think you're going to see a lot of problems. You're going to see some gridlock conditions down that way, just because A, it'll be dark, and B, people just don't know how to drive in the snow down that way. I used to live down there. So I was up in Wilkes-Barre today. You got a lot of ice in the river. That's you're hoping for a gradual temperature rise instead of a heavy rainstorm. You're kind of hoping that you get a gradual rise so that it melts a little bit. So that would be that. If you're going out to the Newark airport or you're going to New York City, beware, roads aren't going to be the greatest as you get towards the evening up there. And again, this is kind of my agreement right now with the model. If you look down here into South Delaware, you don't see anything except maybe a dusting. This is later in the week. This is Thursday night, you can see some precipitation moving up. This right now is showing it staying in Jersey and the heaviest stuff offshore. Again, you got all this cold air pushing. Depends if it weakens enough and allows the storm to come further to the north. But just letting you know, there is another storm out here, which would be Thursday night into Friday. So we just need to keep an eye on it. All right, everybody, take care. I have a long drive tomorrow for work all the way to JFK, so wish me luck. It ought to be a fun drive through the snow, especially coming back. All right, everybody, take care. Be safe. Don't forget, best of the best. Vote. I need every single vote I can get if that's going to work. And I will try to do a quick video tomorrow morning before I leave for JFK. All right, everybody, take care.